My supervisors just asked me to feed Millie here and give her some fresh water, and then provide her with some enrichment. So we're just going to be feeding her some lamb puppy biscuits, and as you can see with the feeding guide here, she's only a small dog weighing about 4 kilos, so she only needs about a cup per day. We'll split that up into 2 meals, and that'll be half a cup per meal. Now, just before we get our food ready, we just need to remember to wash our hands just to avoid any contamination of our food. Just remember when washing our hands, we just need to get the palms of our hands in between our fingers, the back of our hands, under our fingernails, and our wrists as well. And now that we've finished washing our hands, we can start preparing our food. Just remembering to first chuck on our PPE, so that's our gloves, just to further reduce any possible chances of contamination to our food. Now, with deciding with what bowl to use here, we're going to be going with the dome-shaped bowl, just because there's less of a chance of her knocking that over and spilling food everywhere. Now we're just going to be grabbing the scoop that's with our feeding container, and that should measure out about a cup. We're only going to be needing about half a scoop of that, feeding her half a cup. And then we're going to be grabbing a small container of treats that her owners have provided for us, and we're just going to mix that in, otherwise Millie will just refuse to eat. And now here we've just grabbed the second bowl, and we're going to be using that for our water, just filling that up about 3/4 of the way. And then we're going to bring that back over, and then we can take off our gloves. Then we can bring Millie her food. And we're just going to be monitoring her for a bit, just making sure that she's having no issues with it. And now that she's finished eating, we can take that bowl back over to our washroom, and we can start with our enrichment plan. So here we're just going to be giving her a treat ball, just to provide her with some mental stimulation, as well as a little bit of physical stimulation as well, and rewarding her for it at the same time. So we're just going to be putting a few treats in the grooves of the ball, and she should be able to use her tongue in order to get them out. And this should provide her with some entertainment for a good while now.